doing in this moment? I'm traveling in England and I don't have my angel cards with me, but the word on my mind today is surrender. Surrender today. So everybody take a deep breath. Whatever you're going through, all is well. Throughout this podcast, I'm going to be throwing in live coaching sessions from my work with my clients around the world. And today I'm excited to share with you a conversation I had recently with a client who's 19. She's really on fire as a young actress, and I have coached her over these past 6 months to prepare for all of her college auditions. She just finished with Juilliard, NYU. She's really, really killing it. So we had this conversation about doubt and certainty, exploring the relationship between the two. This is a really important conversation. I'm sharing these live coaching sessions with you so that you can get a feel for how I work, how I coach, what it's like to be in a session with me, what it's like to coach one-on-one. And I am available for you wherever you are in the world, whatever you are pursuing in your life. It's a very personalized experience, and I don't coach any two people the same because everybody's different. So the work we do is very transformative because of that, because I'm really digging into who you are and how to best reach you. As I mentioned in this live coaching, the topic of this relationship between doubt and certainty is a weekly workshop that's exclusively within my monthly membership series, where I bring you 4 live weekly workshops a month from incredible locations all over the world. Just this week, I filmed 4 weekly workshops from an incredible castle in Wales. Oh, you're going to love it. And those were topics like releasing the need to prove yourself, how your past can enslave or liberate you, changing the way others treat you, and giving yourself permission to be a beginner. Before that, I was in tropical Antigua with topics like daring to be definitive, not simmering in your upset, investing in the bank of you, and pain is not gain, gentle manifesting versus painful forcing in your life. So these are really transformative topics that I am bringing you from incredible locations all over the world, because that's who I am. I'm combining my love of travel with my love of working with people through their life challenges, and it's created a really unique program that you can't find anywhere else. So you can join that right now at lucywalsh.com, become a monthly member. I can't wait to see you on the inside of that monthly membership. And now, welcome to this one-on-one private coaching session with me. Enjoy. The only way we can learn what works for us in auditions is by trial and error. And that takes time. And that's called paying your dues. The beginning of anything is a hard time because it's when you're making all your mistakes. When you're a seasoned professional, you've already made all your mistakes. You've already learned for yourself what works for you and what doesn't. And then you can put it into action. Then that's what makes you an expert at something. And then you can turn around and teach other people. But you can't teach other people when you're in your trial and error phase.
Yeah.
Because you're figuring it out for yourself. You don't know what works yet.
Yeah.
That's why artists turn around in their later years and teach. And that's where you're at. So every one of these auditions is a gold mine for you. Yeah, you're collecting your data. It's a great phase of your career. Most people cannot survive the beginning of something. Those beginning years when all the rejection's happening. Rejection always happens. It never goes away. But in the beginning, you're an alchemist right now. Do you know what that means?
No.
An alchemist creates something out of nothing. Our work is intangible. You can't touch it. You can't see it until you can. Because unless it's a 9-to-5 job, people don't understand what artists do all day.
Yeah.
And then we make more money than them, which absolutely confuses them. Because they go, wait, what do you do? And then all of a sudden, you publish a book or you're in a movie and they're going, where'd that come from? And you're going, that's what I do 100 hours a day. I'm creating something out of nothing. And we can't touch it until we can. And so you are in this state of alchemy where you're going, this is going to work. I'm going to do this. I'm going to read this play and learn this monologue. And then I'm going to have this meeting and I'm going to fly myself to New York and I'm going to put myself in front of these people. And then they're going to say, okay, you're in. Then it's tangible. Then people can understand. But until then, they don't believe in you. And it's the same thing over and over. Living life as an artist, have to have courage to have these crazy ideas that other people in their life are like, are you sure? Like, that's not going to work. You should probably get a real job. You should probably like have a backup plan. And you're like, no, I'm going to write this book. And they're like, okay, good luck with that. So that's why you're so lucky to have your dad, because your dad believes in miracles. He doesn't necessarily understand it, but he trusts you and he believes in you. And he believes that these crazy plans that come out of your mouth are going to happen because we're crazy. You have to be crazy because you're literally saying, I'm going to create this world out of a world that doesn't exist yet, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You can't explain it to people. You don't talk about it to people, but then boom, we release our stuff and then it's tangible and then they get it. That's the life of an artist. Don't ever try to explain yourself to people. You are creating something from nothing. What do you get that I'm saying?
It's like you're putting words to an emotion I've been having for a very long time.
Yeah. What have you been feeling?
I've been feeling like with college especially, there's like, it's like I'm waiting for a shoe to drop. You know, like, yes, I wrote the essays or whatever, but it's like you said, like, we're finding life in pieces of text, like physical text, and then going and showing it to people.
Yeah.
And when I talk about it, I sound like delusional.
Yeah, we sound totally delusional. But you know what? The most important discoveries and creations in history all sounded crazy when the people first said them. Everything that exists sounded crazy at one point. Everything. So you have to be brave to go after your vision. You have to be bold. You have to be so determined, not bothered by anybody's feedback or opinion. Get out of my way. I'm doing this. What else about what you're describing?
It's also like believing in yourself. Like, I do believe in myself and I feel like I trust in my abilities and that it'll take me far. But also, you know, there's always like doubt, like, oh my God, like, what the fuck am I doing? Believing in yourself that you can be an alchemist and make something out of nothing.
That's right.
Like, specifically with acting, because, you know, that's like what we do. That's what we work on. It's like people won't believe in you until they see that you can do it. Like, people won't believe in you until they see, like, oh, you've been in a movie already, like, da-da-da-da-da. And so that part of, like, they don't get it until it's tangible is so real, because I'm sure every great actor was told you're not, like, what makes you so special.
Every single one.
Just believing in yourself that you can do it.
Do you remember what I said about Brad Pitt's production company?
Yeah. Plan B production.
That's why. That was a big fuck you to all the people in his life who wouldn't leave him alone about a backup plan. Oh, I should have a backup plan? How about my production company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the same with everything else. Everyone who has made a huge impact on the world, everyone in history who we talk about today and remember today and acknowledge today, people thought, like, you're insane.
And if you understand that about the process, these years, when it's not tangible yet, they don't bother you because you understand. They're just part of the process. There's nothing wrong. There's no failing. It takes time. Is doubt healthy?
Yes.
It is. It's very healthy. Doubt is our superpower. This is actually one of my new weekly workshops in my monthly membership, and about how we think if we doubt something, it means that we're not certain. But it's actually necessary to be certain. It's best friends with certainty, and doubting is a natural process of survival, and then we choose to be certain anyway, even though I feel the doubt. Doubt is humble. It's humbling. Doubt is natural. it's healthy. You ever see an arrogant person and they're the worst actor ever? It's because they don't have any doubt. They think they're so amazing. So their acting sucks because they're not vulnerable. To doubt, to question, to dig deeper, to look for the truth, to question things. That's a very humble thing to do. And it's those people who go, oh, I don't know why the director cast me. I told him I didn't think I was right for the role. They're brilliant. And then it's the asshole who walks in and they go, oh, I got this, no problem. They suck, So if we would just see doubt for the helpful superpower that it is, we could embrace it. Because I, for a long time, thought that if I doubted myself in a moment or doubted that I could do something, it meant something was wrong, that I was failing. I thought there was something wrong with me, oh my God, I'm in doubt, so I must not be good enough to do this, so I should just stop. No. Like, you can do it because you doubted. Only then do you have a choice to choose certainty. But if you're just certain all the time, that's not certainty. That's arrogance. But we confuse the two. We confuse arrogance with certainty. Ego with certainty. They're not the same thing. There's no ego in certainty. It's just a choice that I can do this, I will do this, and it'll work out somehow. I don't know how, but I believe in miracles, and I trust myself, so I'm just going to go for it. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm damn well going to do it. So it ties back in with being an alchemist. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the doubt topic?
It really reminds me of when I told you when Christina Applegate came to my school to speak with the theater students. One thing she said that I still remember and think about to this day is she says, if you are on a set and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm doing terrible, you're doing fine. And that's exactly what you're saying. And it's like with these college auditions, I've had so much doubt. I'm like, oh my God, am I even good enough for this? What am I doing? But it's part of it. And in a way, it's a reminder that you're doing okay and that you're doing the work. You're paying your dues, I guess.
Yeah. And that's okay. There's nothing, that's nothing to feel stupid about.
Yeah.
Would you laugh at a kindergartner because they couldn't do college math yet? Yeah. So why are we so bothered by not being experts yet? Would you you know what I mean? Be annoyed with a flower because it wasn't blossoming in winter? Come on. There are phases and there are seasons to everything. Yeah, exactly. I like that Christina Applegate said that about being on set, and that's exactly right. That's exactly right. They always give the example of if you're worried that you might be a narcissist, you're not. A narcissist will never worry. They'll never ask themselves that question. So if you have doubt, you're doing great.
Yeah. And it's kind of the same with stress. Yeah, it was you. You were the one that told me that stress isn't a sign that you're not prepared or that you're not ready. It's a sign that you care.
Nerves. That's right.
Nerves.
That's right. We think, oh my God, I'm nervous. That must mean that I didn't do something right, that I must have prepared wrong.
Yeah. But now, that's another thing that resonates with me and that I thought of when you were speaking about doubt, because every time before a show or before an audition and I'm nervous and stressed, I'm not beating myself up about it. I tell myself, you care. Good God, you care so much.
And that's a beautiful thing. So that's why you're making me laugh when you're talking about the first audition you had. I get it, it probably wasn't your best, but whatever. But that doubt is good, because they'd probably say, no, my God, you were great. We loved it. Those are usually the roles we book when we feel like it went terrible.
Yeah.
Because it was true. Because it's truthful. It's vulnerable. And that's what people respond to, is vulnerability. And that's what doubt is. That's what nerves are. That's your humanity.
And I think doubt also shows that like there's room to improve.
Totally.
I feel like people that walk in think that they already know everything, like very, like you said, narcissistic and arrogant. They already know everything, so there's no room for improving because they have such a fixed mindset on their ability.
That's right.
And I feel like the reason why you see all these actors say like, oh, I did not think I could do this. I don't think I was qualified at all. You see that they had space to improve.
That's right.
And that, you know, and also it's like, if I feel like if you're someone who thinks that and you do get a job and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not ready. I feel like one, like it shows like you're kind of humble in a way, but also it shows that I feel like in a way that would push someone to do the great work that they later achieve.
It does push you, and you have to be brave. You have to be very brave to choose certainty when that doubt comes up. You're absolutely right. That's why I'm saying that an arrogant actor walks in and their work sucks, because there's no room for them to discover or learn or be open to anything except their tiny little parameters of how great they think they are already. Yeah. And I've had many, many students, many clients who come to me and they are unteachable because they have all the answers already. And I go, I can't help you, you know? You're demanding that you learn the Mozart piece already, but you won't even let me get you there. So I'm not the right teacher for you. Good luck. Yeah, but that's the same thing a director's going to do. They're going to go, thank you very much. You can smell it in 2 seconds. All right, so that brings me to one more point, and then we're going to do something here. When the doubt comes up, it's very intense, very challenging, and very overwhelming. So what we need to know how to do is work with it.
Yeah.
So how do you think we do that?
Faking it.
Yeah.
Pretend like you know what you're doing.
Pretend like you know what you're doing. Yeah. And every artist feels that. That's that doubt again, that imposter syndrome that people talk about. My dad describes it. He's always talking about how he's made a career by pretending like he knows what he's doing. And he finds it hilarious that people pay him millions of dollars to entertain them. And so many actors describe that, the most famous people in the world, because we're all human and we all feel that doubt. That's that doubt. But you got to put on a brave face, right? And go,
yeah,
fuck it. I loved Rihanna talked about that. You know, she said,
she did.
I'm terrified, but I act like a badass bitch, and therefore I am. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
It must be a duck.
That's right. That's what our business is. That's what the world is. It's all smoke and mirrors. And that's not about presenting a false personality on Instagram. That's about assuming the position. You assume the position of a confident person. Therefore, you are. You can go home and fall apart later and cry in your bed.
Exactly.
But when you go for that work, man, you got to assume the position. You know, every time before I go on stage, you go, okay, here we go. Step into those boots and walk in them, you know, walk like $1,000,000. So yeah, you're right. Fake it. What I'm getting at is the concept I've told you about before, the doubt dragon. It's a little book called The Knight in Rusty Armor. It's like $6 on Amazon. It talks about the doubt dragon. It's a big, scary dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big, scary, fire-breathing dragon. And the knight overcomes the doubt dragon by telling him, no, you don't get to scare me, Mr. Big Dragon. I control you. I am going to take you and shrink you down, and you can live over here in the corner, and you can be this big. You can be a 1/2 inch tall. I still hear you because you're never going to go away. You're always there. I can't make you leave, but I can control how big I let you be. So you don't get to take up the whole room and scare the shit out of me. I hear your concerns. I hear that you think we're going to die and that I can't do this. I get all that. But I don't have time for you. So I'm going to take you and you get to do this. And your little voice can sound like this. But you don't scare me. And you're going to stay there until I do my job. You know?
Yeah.
So then doubt becomes your special friend, because then you have this special relationship, and every time you hear that little me, you go, I hear you. I got it. I hear your concerns. It's all good. I got this. Right? Yeah. And then it becomes funny. Then it becomes funny instead of terrifying.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It kind of reminds me of that exercise where you like comfort and hug your younger self.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I hear you. I'm here with you, but it's okay.
That's right.
It's okay.
I'm in the driver's seat, not you.
Yeah.
You can be in the passenger seat and just chill.
Yeah. And it's also like, obviously, like you said, you can't get rid of doubt or fear or anxiety, whatever.
Never.
So I think
you can't get rid of nerves.
Important. Exactly. It's like so important and valuable what you're saying, because instead of trying to fight to get rid of it, you have to learn how to live with it in a positive way.
Exactly right. The energy that you spend fighting it, trying to make it go away, is costing you, because you need that energy to do your job. And you are going to torture yourself because you're going to think that there's something wrong with you because it's there. And you're going to feel terrible, and you're going to judge yourself, and you're going to go into panic, and you're probably going to quit. Because you think that the people who are successful don't suffer from it the way that you do. They suffer from it more. The more success we get, the more challenging these things become. They suffer from it more. They just figured out how to get a handle on it. And this isn't stuff they teach you in drama school. So it's really important to get it from somewhere.
Yeah.
so that you can have a long, happy career.
Thank you for joining me for this live coaching episode and for taking a moment to rate, review, and follow this podcast. You can connect with me on socials at The Lucy Walsh and join my coaching programs from anywhere in the world at lucywalsh.com.